All right, let's talk about something that is at the absolute heart of any real personal growth: radical self-honesty. We're going to dive into the one thing that's probably holding you back more than anything else. And spoiler alert, it's you.
Just let that sink in for a second. Think about it. The biggest roadblocks in our lives, the things that really stop us from getting what we want, they aren't out there. They're in here. They're the stories we tell ourselves over and over until they feel like facts.
Okay, but here's a really important point. Seeing this in yourself isn't a reason to beat yourself up. Not at all. This is an opportunity to understand how you work. Because self-deception isn't some kind of character flaw, it's actually a deeply human survival instinct.
So why on earth do we do this to ourselves? Is it because we're trying to sabotage everything? Well, no, not really. It turns out our brains have this built-in defense system that's designed to protect us. You see, our brains are basically hardwired for comfort. They love consistency. So the second a tough truth shows up, one that makes us question who we are or bruises our ego, the brain just automatically cooks up a little cover story. It's trying to protect us, but that protection, well, that can become a prison.
And that's where the problem really starts. Our instincts are screaming for us to stay comfortable, to stay safe. But real growth, the kind of progress that actually changes things, it requires us to do the exact opposite, to walk right into that discomfort and face the truth.
Okay, so it's time to hold up a mirror. Let's walk through 6 of the most common cover stories we tell ourselves. And as we go, just see if any of these sound, well, a little too familiar. You know this one. The all-time classic, I just don't have time. But if we're being really honest, our calendars, our screen time reports, they tell a completely different story, don't they? I don't have time is just code for, it's not important enough to me. So try this. Instead of saying, I don't have time, say, it's not my priority. Oof. See how that hits differently? It forces you to own your choices.
This one feels so responsible, right? Waiting until you feel perfectly prepared. But the truth is, confidence isn't something you just get before you start. It's the result of starting. So the reframe here, stop waiting to feel ready. Just focus on taking one tiny, messy, unready step. Action is what builds confidence, not the other way around.
So many of us wear this one like a badge of honor. You know, the whole, I'm a procrastinator, but I thrive under pressure thing. But here's the reality check. You don't work better, you just work later. You're confusing that frantic rush of adrenaline with actual high-quality work. All it really creates is stress, not excellence. So try trading I work better under pressure for I perform best when I'm prepared.
Now this one might be the most dangerous lie of them all because it takes a behavior and turns it into your identity. We take a bad habit and we wrap it up in the language of personality, making it feel permanent. But who you are should be a foundation, not a cage. So the reframe that can change everything is to swap this is just how I am for this is just a habit I haven't challenged yet.
We've all been there, right? Oh, I tried that before. It just didn't work. We treat it like a final verdict. Case closed. But a past attempt isn't a failure. It's just data. The real failure isn't that it didn't work the first time. It's when we stop learning from the data and adjusting our approach. So, it didn't work becomes, okay, what did I learn and what am I going to try next? Later. It's the magic word that makes our current stress just disappear. But let's be real. Later isn't a plan. It's a fantasy island where all the hard stuff magically gets done. It's a painkiller that just pushes the problem to tomorrow. The way to kill this lie is with specifics. I'll fix it later becomes, I will work on this for 15 minutes tomorrow at 9 a.m. Procrastination hates the schedule.
Okay, so we've seen the problem. We've maybe even recognized ourselves in a few of those lies. So what do we do about it? Well, let's get practical. Here is a 5-step system designed to pull you out of delusion and into clarity.
The whole point of this system is to get you out of that fuzzy world of feelings and into the real world of facts. It starts with replacing your stories with cold, hard evidence. Then, using what you actually do, not what you intend to do, as your truth. Next, asking yourself some really tough questions every single day. Then, tracking a key number. And finally, creating some real consequences for not following through. It's all about looking at what is, not what you wish was true.
Okay, all of these steps are crucial, but I want to zoom in on number 4 for a second. Tracking a hard metric. Why? Because it is the single most powerful weapon you have against self-deception. You know why? Because numbers don't care about your feelings.
They just tell the truth. So what does that actually look like in the real world? What kind of hard evidence are we talking about here?
It could be any of these. Just pick the one number that doesn't lie. You think you're a dedicated writer? Okay, how many words did you write today? Think you're committed to your health? How many workouts did you actually finish this week? Think you're disciplined? How many hours of deep, focused work did you log? See, these numbers, they show you the gap between the person you say you are and the person your actions prove you to be.
So, where does all this lead? It's really important to get this next part. The goal of all this honesty, it isn't to feel good all the time. The prize is way, way better than that. It's to see things clearly.
You know, we're always told that we just need more motivation, more willpower. But what if that's completely wrong? What if the problem isn't the size of your engine, but the thick fog you're trying to drive through? See, the real bottleneck usually isn't motivation. It's honesty. Honesty is the starting line for any real change. I mean, you can't fix a problem you're not willing to admit you even have, right?
And once you have that honesty, something amazing starts to happen. Truth blows away all the confusion, and that brings you clarity. And clarity, well, that's what allows you to build real, unstoppable momentum. And that is what actually changes your life.
But let me be crystal clear about one last thing. This path, it makes things simpler because you stop wasting all that energy fighting with yourself and your own stories. But it does not make things easier. This takes courage. It takes real guts to look at the truth and then actually do the work. So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. A question, really. What's the one truth that you are going to finally face today? What is the one lie? It can be big, it can be small, that you are done with, starting right now.